Charlo and Jermel Charlo.
What's going on, you guys? So this Saturday we got a big fight coming up. Charlo twins headlining the first pay-per-view event. It's a doubleheader with big bro Jamal Charlo going up against the technician Sergey Derevyanchenko, and then we have Jermel Charlo, the younger Charlo, going up against the banana boy Jason Rosario. Now I think Rosario and Charlo, the little Charlo, male Charlo, is the main event because it's a pretty big unification fight in a highly competitive, highly dangerous, highly underrated super welterweight division, aka light middleweight division. Now, this event is interesting for the Charlo twins. Last time we seen them fight together on the same card, one Charlo lost, and it affected the other Charlo, and you could tell it really visibly. Physically, emotionally, you could tell it affected him in his fight against Matt Korobov. Now they doing the same thing again. I'm not sure how the layout is going to be. I'm not sure if it's two separate events like they was rumored to be, but nonetheless, man, it's $75 and it's a really, really good card all around. Who I got winning? Man, it's such a tough call because Sergey Derevyanchenko, even though he's 34 years old, he's been in there with some of the best middleweights in the world. He gave all those guys tough fights. One may argue he actually beat Golovkin, but you know how that goes. You know, you got to actually go out there and beat those type of guys to actually beat them. A lot of people felt he won that fight. Then, you know, his fight against Danny Jacobs, more or less the same thing. Two guys that's very familiar with each other. You know, they had the same trainer and things of that nature. So they have two guys that's very familiar with each other. Sergey always come up on the short end of the stick. The same thing may happen when he faces off against Jamal Charlo. But I think his style has a lot. I think his experience and his style could give Jamal Charlo a lot of problems. You know, I don't think it's going to be an easy fight by any means. And I think that if Jamal Charlo gets past Sergey Derevyanchenko with no problems, little to no problems, he deserves a lot of credit, and he deserves his respect as a middleweight fighter. You know, because Jamal Charlo, for whatever reason, he gets a lot of hate. You know, almost hate like as if he was Jermel Charlo. Jermel Charlo is the one that comes off as arrogant, really just aggressive. He may rub a lot of people off the wrong way. That's not Jamal necessarily. He's more of the laid-back, cool, calm, collect twin. He just goes out there and does his job. Very, very tough fight ahead of him this weekend. I really, really can't call it. Jamal Charlo has really good timing, strong uppercut, very strong jab, probably one of the strongest jabs in boxing. But I don't know. I can't really say he could. I can't confidently come on here and say that he's going to go out there and just wash Sergey Derevyanchenko. You got to give Derevyanchenko his respect as a fighter. You got to give him his credit as a fighter. And then if Jamal Charlo goes out there and beats him, then that's the even bigger win for Charlo. So it's not good to diminish these guys' opponents like a lot of fans tend to do at times, especially when they're actually a credible fighter. And then we got the banana boy, you know, the guy who pulled the upset against J-Rock last year. You know, who saw that coming? You know, J-Rock thought it was going to be a showcase fight. He was fighting at home in Philly. It was supposed to be a layup, and it turned out to be a lot more than that. You know, it turned out to be a playoff, Game 7, 30-second left type of fight. And he went out there and got washed by the young banana boy. The banana boy allegedly changed up his training for that fight. He lived in somewhat of a halfway house, almost living like he's a fighter coming up. For the first time, you know, living in the gym with other guys, just sleep, eating, and training. That's it. And I believe he done the same thing for this fight. If he didn't, that'd be detrimental to his success in winning the fight. Because Jermel Charlo is experienced. He's been in there with some guys. He's arguably the best guy at 154 in an extremely dangerous division. It's hard to say, man. These fights are extremely good fights, man. And I give Charlo twins a lot of respect and a lot of credit. I'm not one of these dudes that's going to hate on Charlo twins every time they do something. If they do something credible, do something respectable, I will give them credit for it. You know what I'm saying? These are respectable fights. I can't really call who will win. Smart money would be on the Charlos just because they the house guys. They the guys that's their show. Okay, so smart money would be on them. I also could see a scenario play out to where they both win a controversial decision. I could also see them losing. I could also see them winning. So this is what boxing is about, people, where you got these matchups and these fights where you just don't necessarily know the real outcome. But as far as Jamel and Rosario, man, that's a tough fight, man. That's anybody's fight as well. You know, I could see Rosario knocking out Charlo. I could see Charlo knocking out Rosario. I guess whoever wants it more that night, whoever most prepared that night, and whoever comes to fight will win the night. Tell me what you guys think. Who do you got winning this weekend? Of course, we got a lot of fights throughout this week. We also got a great UFC card coming up as well. It's a great time to be a fight fan. But tell me what you guys think about the Charlo twins' first pay-per-view. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.